All right. Um, so hi everyone, I'm Marc de Jesus. I am a digital accessibility specialist here at Accessible Web. Thank you all for joining today's webinar on text alternatives for graphs and other complex images. Today we'll be focusing primarily on writing image descriptions for complex images and not so much on the code implementation or strategies for accomplishing image descriptions. So just a quick overview of text alternatives. A text alternative or alt text is a textual description that provides the essential information conveyed by visual content or non-text elements such as images or videos. Text is considered as the most flexible form of web content because text can be converted into other senses. There are tools individuals can use to resize text, making it adaptable for users with visual different needs. It can be magnified or changed to different fonts without distorting the content. Additionally, changing the color of the text can be done to meet the appropriate contrast to view the text. Text is also compatible with assistive technologies, for instance, screen readers, which render text and read it aloud, converting it into audio. In terms of user impact, alt text is essential for people who are blind or have low vision and rely on screen readers. However, alternative text can help users with cognitive disabilities who may struggle to interpret complex visuals. It is also useful for individuals who may want or need additional support, so in understanding content, text alternatives are truly beneficial for all. So what is considered as a complex image then? Complex images carry a significant amount of information, far more than can be expressed in a brief phrase or sentence. So in this case, this could be a graph, a map, or diagrams. When writing a good image description, we want to try our best to use plain language, meaning try to keep image descriptions short and simple while conveying the meaning and significant details of the image. Good image descriptions should be objective and neutral. We want to stick to factual descriptions rather than interpretations or subjective opinions, unless the purpose is to convey a particular perspective. You don't really need to include every possible detail of an image or of the image. We want to aim to keep the content concise yet comprehensive. So while we do want to be brief, we must not leave out important information. Avoid using overly technical terms that could confuse users and steer clear of lengthy, repetitive descriptions, as these may be challenging to digest. Focus on the key details, ensuring the content is easy to understand without including unnecessary information. Some key considerations for complex images are first and foremost, what is the image intended to convey? It is important to understand the message, data, or concept that the image is communicating before crafting up a text alternative. Following this, you want to think about what type or format best conveys the same information. Depending on the complexity of the image, there are different ways to present the text alternative. For simple images, a brief description of only 1 to 2 sentences would suffice. You may need something more structured, so in that case, something like a bullet list or a numbered list, which helps break down information into digestible parts, or if you want information in a particular order. In some cases, 1 or more paragraphs might be the best way to describe content that contains a lot of detail that cannot be described in a couple of sentences or chronologically. Once you've determined the format, we want to consider how the text alternatives will be presented. For simple images, again, the description can be included as an alt attribute, but we should only try to use the alt attribute when we want to write up a very, very short description. You may want to place text on the same page as the image, allowing all users to access the description without navigating away. You could also place the content on a different page and provide a text link to guide users to a more detailed description. All these methods for presenting alternatives to images are conforming, so we should focus on choosing the approach that offers the best user experience. Getting into some examples here. So we're going to start with the graph. So on this slide, we have a screenshot that was taken from our RAMP platform of a line graph, showing a trend of issues decreasing over time. This graph shows the amount of violations over the course of 4 days, and there are also 4 lines on the graph representing the different severity levels. So what is this graph intended to convey? This graph aims to illustrate the specific data points and changes over time. So we want users to understand the trend of what's happening with the accessibility violations on their page from June 10th, 2024 to June 14th, 2024. Is it trending upwards or downwards? To present this complex image, we have a couple of options. First, we could create a table, or alternatively, we could provide a written summary of the trends. While each approach is effective, each offers different insights, and users may find one more helpful than the other, depending on their respective needs. A data table provides an alternative way to present complex information that may be more understandable compared to describing every detail of the image. The screenshot beside the graph is a data table, which is the approach we have taken to describe this graph. The same information displayed in the graph is represented here, but in table format. The initial start to end date, the severity levels, as well as the amount of accessibility violations are present. There's also a column for the total amount of violations. So what users can pull from this table is that from the initial start date of June 10th, 2024, there are a total of 24 violations, and as they explore closer to the end date of June 14th, 2024, the amount of total violations decreases to 1, communicating that over time the trend for the amount of accessibility issues is decreasing. The next example we have here is a map, and this map was taken from Google Maps, and it is displaying a walking direction from Callahan Park to Accessible Web Office in Vermont. So what is this map intended to convey? It is conveying the relative position of a location and route between locations. So a common approach for this type of complex image is a list of written instructions. So something like head west on Locust Street toward Hayward Street Locust Terrace, turn left onto Pine Street, turn right, and continue onto Lakeside Avenue. This text alternative of a list of instructions gives users a text version of how to navigate this route from your current location to your desired destination. There's also a lot of additional information in this map, but would not be useful to include it in this list of instructions to avoid cognitive overload. Our last example we have here is a screenshot of a diagram from ResearchGate. So it is a diagram of a layout of a basketball half court, and this half court set here is illustrating basketball positions in the half court and their locations on the court. This diagram is intended to tell users the layout of the basketball half court, highlighting specific key areas where players could typically be positioned on offense or defense. So some approaches to present this diagram could be as a paragraph that describes the position and its location on the court, or we could use a bullet list of details. So for example, we could say something like, this diagram represents a standard basketball half court. It includes key features such as the three-point line forming an arc from one side of the court to the other, with a free throw line centered within the key, a rectangular area underneath the basket. If we choose to take the bullet list route, we could say something like key locations, corner located at the far left of the three-point line, near the sideline and baseline, the block found on the right side near the basket, close to the baseline in the low post area. Since both of these methods are conforming, we want to think about what will provide the best user experience and which options help users understand the information most effectively. Lastly, how can we help? So we have a suite of tools that can help with detecting alternative text. However, when testing for text alternatives for complex images, it'd be more appropriate to test this manually. So it is best to focus on our consulting and our accessibility audits. An accessibility specialist would be able to assist in testing for complex images and come up with a solution to achieve an appropriate image description. We also offer VPATs, which would document if all non-text content on your page is conforming to accessibility standards. So thank you all for taking the time to join us for this webinar. At this point, I'd like to open up the floor for an open discussion. So if you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to share them.